Hello and welcome back to Fate Lines and Fire Signs. This is Esme and I am your host today. I've got for you 3 new readings. Please take a look here at the reading that most resonates with you. Sit with it a moment, feel for it, and when you're ready, you can click down in the description your timestamp and bring you straight to your reading. Additionally, if you would like to submit your hand to be read on Fate Lines and Fire Signs, please send me an email at fatelinesandfiresigns@gmail.com. Please send me a photo of the back of your hand, the front of your hand, and a pinky side view so we can do attachment lines. And you can be read on this channel. So when you're ready, click on your reading and let's go. Hello, reading 1. Thank you for coming to this reading. So let's take a look and find the hidden messages for you in today's reading. So here we have a poem that's being presented. Fingers are very close together. This is somebody who is closed off. They either don't like the idea of having their poem read or they're closed off on the information that they want to share. They are generally a people kind of person. We've got the lifeline coming way out into the center of the poem. It's a friendly, energetic, outgoing person. Maybe is someone who needs to warm up first. Here, the lifeline starts independently from the headline. There are, some formative events that happened early on in life that shaped, health and the way things were going forward. So like in the teens. And in the teens, there's this it's a break in the lifeline. It's almost like an island so large that it is a break. You just see the faintest bit of the lines touching. Then we come out here and there's a mix of things happening within life. Vitality is good, health is strong, but also it feels like crackling static at every turn, right? There's always something. It's not necessarily huge, it's not life-shattering, it's just things coming at you in, 20s and 30s. Very kind of typical feelings, right? And as we go later into life, you're not necessarily seeing huge negative events, right? So negative, something bad, but also it breaks that island. Something, right? Something, but not so bad as the others. And then this one probably hasn't come to pass. It's just hanging out. Then here is the headline. I would say that this person likes teaching, but they haven't necessarily found their voice with it, just because of the way it comes up where you'd usually see like a teacher square, but it's missing. And this person also has some very interesting morals. So they have, this is the loop of humor, so a dry sense of humor, and often found in comedians and stuff. And this here is the loop of seriousness, which I think is being career-minded, career-focused. So a little bit of a juxtaposition there, which is fun. But with the headline, straight, long, it goes well into the poem. This is a no-nonsense kind of person. They've got a good head for numbers. They know the way things are. They can grasp concepts quickly and easily. They don't struggle in that regard. And there's lots of travel lines too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 trips. And they say that, because we also have a pretty clear fate line here, success line. So this one I would read and it breaks right off from the lifeline. Like, look how nice and strong that is. So good fortune, good business sense, successful, especially later in life as it like develops and gets good and clear. I do think communication, because there's also like a Mercury line sort of going up this way, and that's like people who do TV, actors, communicators, anybody who relies heavily on storytelling to get their job done, right? And then that's sort of supported over here too, right? Like there's that teaching, that communicating piece. It's supported in multiple places in the hand. And one thing that I've heard, I don't know if this is true, it'd be fun if it is true, is if a travel line touches a success line, like very close, it's so close, then you have a foreign business partner, which would be cool. That'd be fun. Let's see. That's what I'm seeing for now. Attachment lines aren't very good. I can't see. I want to say there's maybe one there. Not clear. And that is all for reading 1. Hello, reading 2. Thank you for clicking on this reading. So let's dive into it. So here is the hand for reading 2. This is a feminine hand, right? We've got a ring, a hair tie, long nails, right? I want to say someone who's probably on the younger side, maybe 20s, potentially into 30s. This is a person who doesn't necessarily make a firm impact on a room when they come in, but they're sort of at the edges. You have to meet this person more than once to get to know them, to have the feel for them, to understand all the depth that is here. And this is somebody who is quiet. This person feels quiet to me. Lifeline and the headline start together. So indecisiveness, I feel like this signifies like childhood made like a huge impact on you, and lots of major life-forming events are happening here in this cluster. And then lifeline comes out and you've got bang, bang, bang. Ooh, a star. Stars sometimes indicate surgery and, big events coming in all at once, multiple causers. But you've got big events hitting. And I would say like not great health, like feeling not firmly rooted in your body. Like the events themselves are bigger than it feels like you have the energy to go and tackle this and overcome this. These feel insurmountable. And then later, things get better. So late 30s into 40s, health gets better, strength gets better, bad events lighten up. There is somebody in your life with you that is shielding now, right? And there was only just the faintest idea or maybe tentative relationship. Like it wants to go back here, but it's not so well defined. So this almost feels like past tense. And had this person been with you, it would have felt so much easier. There is a good fate line. I'm just going to jump right into fate line because it's so close to the lifeline and it's very clear. And especially given this hand, right? Like it's not always that a fate line feels to have like the same sort of weight or depth as these lines here. So this feels important. This feels like there were maybe early successes in something, and it wasn't necessarily the negativity. And so maybe as this went away, as the success became less later, this part here, things just get better. So it seems like with great success comes great responsibility, great personal loss, right? Headline is good. Someone very smart, always knowing right away, right? Like it's explained to you, you grasp it, you get it, you run with it. There's no stopping. There's just go, go, go. And this heart line looks like the heart line of somebody who used to be more of a heart on the sleeve kind of person. And it's almost like this piece here, it's so dark and it feels newer compared to down here, like this is fading. And then the curl up and back on the heart line is a protectiveness and is not wanting to put yourself out there and not wanting to be hurt, right? Like avoidant. Here are attachment lines, and it looks like just one that I can see right there. It's not very noticeable. Some of it I think is quality of the photo is right? Like and then also there's, just not being able to see it at the angle to see the crease fully. So I would say one. I'm not going to go in depth. So that is reading 2. Hello, reading 3. Thank you for clicking on this reading. Let's go ahead and dive into it. So here's the poem that you've chosen. And here we have a very clear, strong lifeline. Somebody who really kind of jumps out at you. Somebody that you could make eye contact with and laugh super easy. They wear that energy out there and they get energy from other people. They really connect with others and it's a strong, they build strong, close bonds. They're also like a more open person. They aren't so protective, maybe of their feelings. They put themselves out there. They are what you get. You understand who they are. It's not a coded kind of individual. I also want to point out that just kind of based on the way that the skin is here, it sort of seems like this person normally wears 2 rings and possibly took it off because the skin seems very flat and I feel like rings do that. But I could be completely wrong. We've also got it's super clear here, right? One attachment line, likely a marriage, and then something down here, probably crush, first love kind of feels. It's small, but I noticed the dip. So this is such a common setup to see the islands with the headline, the lifeline and the lifeline and the headline starting together. Forged in the fire, right? Things coming in. I had a childhood that was very much like this. Everything's outside of your control. You're just trying to live through it. And then moving off, actually probably late teen and into 20s, things get better. You've got an excellent partner or friend or angel or whoever it is, but somebody with you and help mitigating, right? Like life's always going to throw things at us. And depending on how we come at life and we are prepared for the things that are going to come our way, right? So this just feels good. This feels like protection, like a shield. Things could have been so much worse and you made the best of them. down this way. I would say there's also a few periods of very clear success. Usually success lines sort of like are closer to this, where they sort of just pull up and go this way. But these feel like big and significant. Plus they touch your fate line like that. So would definitely read those as like positive career times in life. It's just for you, it's going to be later in life. As opposed to earlier or midlife. There's also, you could read this as a break in the lifeline. Like the lifeline hasn't quite decided, does it want this here or does it jump and it becomes this one? So this would be an interesting hand to follow up on in 10 years and see how that changes. An interesting thing, not everyone is going to have a good example of it. I'll actually show my thumb. So I have what's called a wheat line, and it's when you see that bubble there. It's caused by like, if the point of the wheat line is to say if you don't have one, you've been very hungry, you've potentially faced starvation, those sorts of things. Like, and I've seen it in people. I feel like this is more common where you have the little bubble, but here it's not fully formed. So if anything, this is slightly closer to having no wheat line than it is of having a wheat line. So this is somebody they've been hungry in the past. It's not always, but it's happened. Here's our heart line. And you can see the way that people come in and this person fully brings them in, accepts them. There isn't that period of holding someone off at arm's length and getting to know them in the same way that maybe other people experience. I see one really bad ending to a long relationship, and it almost feels like an exchange, right? There was something here, it's long, it's drawn out, someone is pulled all the way in, and as a result, someone leaves. Here's a loop of seriousness, which holds up. That feels, like the way that their headline is, like very middle of the road, the career piece of having the success, staying focused on things. This is, yes, they're fun, they're outgoing, they are a take it or leave it kind of personality, but they're serious. They know how to get the job done. And that is reading 3. Thanks so much for joining. I appreciate you taking the time to watch my channel. And if you liked any of these readings and you do want to send a submission, again, it's fatelinesandfiresigns@gmail.com. Do the back, the front, and the pinky side view of your dominant hand, and we'll read you on the channel. Thanks so much. Like and subscribe. Later.